That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Sort of caught on the hop there, I've got to be honest with you. Welcome to everybody that's joining us this morning here on Galaxy on Facebook Live. If you're going to watch it a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? No, you do. Seriously, you do. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, especially coming out of Ontario, in Windsor, Ontario at that. Today, believe me, we're catching up with the creatures of condition. We really are. We're also very, very happy to announce that we are in association with Rise Up TV, Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, here at Galaxy. So I suppose, now that Barbara's handed me something halfway through that, I suppose we should kick it off. Let's kick it off with Three Walls. We're going to remind everybody all about that. Gosh, I thought we had a couple of minutes left, but we didn't. Sorry, guys. Nice to have you back. Nice to have you back. It's been a while.
Good to be back. Good to see you.
It's been about a year, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's really good to be back.
Hi, Glenda.
Yeah, has it been about a year? No, not that long. I've been told it's not that long. First of all, guys, let me give our deepest condolences on the loss of Dave.
Thank you.
You know, that man shaped the band. He really, really did.
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
So he'd be hard to replace. Have you replaced him yet?
I'll tell you what, he's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
I did put feelers out earlier to see what I could catch. And, I mean, good players, all good players that came forward. But no, well, for me, he can't be replaced. He can't be.
I think for us too. I mean, going forward, if we're going to do some more music, or when we do some new music, we're going to probably just rely on Al Bellier to do some of the guitar stuff for the time being. He's very talented. He's a great guitar player. If we do live shows, if we get to that point, then we'll have to just deal with it at that time. But for the time being, right now, both of us, well, actually all of us, are actually quite busy with a bunch of other stuff as well. Mm-hmm. So we're going to continue doing recordings and things like that, and just take it one day at a time. It's still, fairly recent that Dave passed, and we're just now coming out of COVID as well, as far as the lockdowns and things like that. So things are starting to open up a little bit more down here. So it's, we'll just have to see how it goes.
I get it, guys, and I do apologize for bringing it up. It's just that.
Oh,
seriously,
I mean,
no. It's something that I think really is a tribute to Dave. Even mentioning it, it's his legacy continues. It really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, my friend, and with respect. Yeah. You know what I mean. So, thank you for tolerating me on that one. So we're going to go live in about 40 odd seconds. You're welcome to give me as much stick as you like. You know that.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Grant.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my hat.
Oh, good. Good. It's coming. It's in the mail. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Poor Donny's still waiting for his hat. Yeah, it's in the mail. I promise it really is.
He needs to cover that head.
Today we're joined, coming out of Windsor, Ontario, with Donny and Mark Levesque as well, Donny Coulter there. And the band, of course, being Creatures of Condition. Now, I want to welcome along Glenda Phillips, our apostle. Nice to have you on board, Glenda. Louise as well. John Pater is joining us. Barry joining us as well. Chris Cantina, nice to have you on board coming out of Italy. And Lisa Sanders, of course, from Rise Up TV Big Records. And Nick Blues is joining us as well. Welcome along, guys. It is an absolute pleasure to have you on board for one of my favourite bands. Believe me, they really, really are. And we just touched on a very touchy subject. So we're going to get past that and say Three Walls. What was the other one? A curtain?
Three Walls and a Curtain?
Yeah.
What, the other song?
No. The song itself, Three Walls. What was the other wall?
Oh, Mark can explain that.
You know, I used to work in a menswear store. This is about a changing room.
Well, that upsets me.
No, really, you know what? This song I wrote the lyrics for this song when I was out of town. I was going to a restaurant, and it happened to be a gentleman's club, and I saw somebody walking in there that I recognized, going into a room for some additional entertainment, and it kind of spawned that set of lyrics. And I came home, came up with some music, and you know what? That song wrote itself in about 5 minutes.
I bet it did. You know something? We still get a lot of requests for Three Walls. We really, really do. I think it's relating to our audience, to be very honest with you. And you know something, Mark? I've found myself in the same restaurant. I'm pretty sure of it.
You know, it's amazing how many people have the same experiences.
Yeah. It's amazing how many of these restaurants there are around the world, I've got to be honest with you.
It's an international phenomenon. It's really what it is.
Yep, and you know what? They look at you weird when you say, "Can I have lettuce with that?"
Exactly.
You know, coming in for a burger and, interesting. Very, very interesting. What's the weather like over there right now?
We're in summer right now. Today was 28, very sunny. It's been warm. It's been haven't had a lot of rain, but it's been quite warm.
Well, I've got to let you know, guys, here in New Zealand, this is absolutely something I've never heard of before, and I don't know whether you guys would have as well. We're in the middle of a weather river.
Wow.
That's a whole host of weather cells all coming at us all at once, literally 20, 30, 40 of them. Weather warnings everywhere throughout the country right now. Auckland getting hammered as we speak. Torrential rain outside our place right now as we talk as well. And windy and all that sort of stuff. So we finally literally have winter time bestowed upon us, if you know what I mean. So make the most of the summertime, literally, guys, because
we are.
Yep,
We do. We certainly do.
yeah. I'm loving the t-shirts too, by the way. Even though it's winter here, I've still got my ugly on. I really do. Believe me, big fans of One Ugly Cowboy. I really, really am. Hurricane Jane. Hurricane, how's that for a blow? Hurricane Jane, and of course, we're talking about One Ugly Cowboy. Fantastic band. Go and check them out when you can. Sean Adams is joining us as well. Nice to have you on board, Sean. It really, really is. Now, guys, I have been waiting for a long time now to be able to release, we spoke about Three Walls, so can you explain to me about growing up hard after Three Walls?
Okay. Dave wrote from life experiences. Pretty much every one of his songs was his life, what he experienced in his life.
Donnie, before you get right into this, let's go with this. We've just discussed Three Walls. Did he grow up hard? Or not?
He did.
Seriously, this is a worry now.
In so many ways.
And the proof is on the planet.
I bet it is. Okay, please explain the right version. Put everybody out of their misery, please.
Yeah.
Okay, Three Walls and a Curtain is just... not Three Walls, I mean growing up hard. That's what we're talking about, isn't it?
It is growing up hard. We're going to release it.
Well, anyway, it's basically what Dave experienced in his life, and he was kind enough to write a song and hand it over to Mark, me, and Al, and say, here, do something with it. Apparently he had recorded it years before, but we didn't know that up until about a week before he passed. And but we redid it. Never had heard his original version of it, and we did it Creatures, and they loved it. He loved it. So
yeah. See that song too. When we started getting together, Dave had a lot of songs that he was writing with and had either done with other bands or just was doing himself. And me and Al had some songs, and we kind of put them together. And that was one song that, as soon as I heard it, it locked right in. We had very little trouble recording that song, doing it very quickly, and it became part of our show right away. When Dave passed, there was about a month ago, there was a memorial for him in Windsor, because he had touched a lot of different musicians, he was known by so many different bands. So a couple of us went on and did a few of his songs, and that was one of them that we did, and it's still, people still pop their heads and they remember that song. It was great.
Well,
Dave was the edge in the band.
Yes.
He was the edge.
Yes, he was. And I got to let you know, Mark, literally 1,701 requests since we've been playing it. So believe me, people around the world are still relating to this track. And I got to welcome along, of course, JD on Cat. Jimmy Buffett's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Jimmy. Shimmer Johnson as well, and Pamela Tozer Harbottle, again from Big Records Rise Up TV. The executives are on board. Checking out, of course, our good friends, Creatures of Condition. And this is an homage to the late, great Dave Whitehead. Yes, here, Growing Up Hard. Loving it.
It's a big song.
Yeah, it really is. Hey guys, do you remember William Shatner?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's Canadian.
Star Trek, and he does the unexplained and stuff like that. You remember him? I see this morning on the news that his woman's underwear line, his lingerie line, has been recalled.
Really?
Yeah, apparently Shatner Panties isn't a good name.
You call it shirt your pants?
Okay, if you want to put it like that, sure. That's not his name.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Shatner.
Yeah, you just got it.
No, that's a good one there, Grant.
Well, I'll let you use it anytime you want.
I may use it.
You're on top of your game, buddy.
Thank you. I'll let you use it anytime you want.
Thank you. I made a note of that now.
Nice. Well, it's better than dad jokes. Really.
To give you an idea, Grant, of the direction that we are heading, we still got an edge. We just don't have the Dave edge, but there's a good edge there that Al Hardcore Bellier puts in. And a taste of the direction, I guess, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong here, would be Show of Hands is one of the, is sort of the direction now, sound-wise and stuff, that's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but I think what's probably going to end up happening too is, we're going to, the whole dynamics is going to probably end up going to change at some point. I mean, we're still mining some of the stuff that we've done before. We're just going to have to see how everything kind of shakes out. I mean, it's, all of us, the four of us, with me, Don, me, Al, and Al Carter, the bass player, and Al Bellier, we all have a lot of different influences, and I think we're in a different place in our lives too from where we were back then, and throughout this whole thing, we're continuing to make music with other people too. So that's having an impact on what we bring forward. So
Guys,
I think
sorry to jump in there. We've just got about 20 seconds. We'll go back to the desk. But I get where you're going there, guys. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today I'm joined by Mark Levesque and of course Donnie Coulter from the band Creatures of Condition, playing in memory, of course, the late great Dave Whitehead, lead guitarist, lead vocalist, man who shaped it. We were talking about direction of where Creatures are going after this, and I kind of get... it's a little controversial right now, but there's room for growth between all the band members. What do you feel?
I think, we're still dealing with a lot of stuff that's that's competing for time. I guess if that's the right word. I mean, I'm involved with, two other bands and another songwriter, which I'm doing a lot of stuff with. Don's got, he's jamming with people, and so we're all involved. I think there's a desire to continue putting music together because we like the synergy that happens when we're all together. Without Dave there, we'll have to see how that looks when we get back and do some more recordings. We had planned to do some recordings with Dave before he passed. We really weren't sure at that time how ill he actually was, because at the time we were talking on the phone and stuff, and I thought, okay, well, he's not doing too well right now, but he's going to get better. And all of a sudden, it took a turn for the worse. So, for us, I mean, we have to take care of the things that we've already committed to, but we have a commitment to also get back together and do some form of music writing and recording and all that.
That's exciting. It really is, Mark, because it means that there's growth coming, there's new music coming, there's a future for Creatures across the board. If you really, really look at it, this is a new beginning for the Creatures, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can come up with.
Well, Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's interesting because I know the other things that I've been involved with, they're all quite different as far as the type of music and the elements of those music. And it's at one point I wasn't sure if I was able to do all of that, but I think putting in those boxes, it's great for me because I can express myself in a lot of different ways, and I still want to continue expressing myself through the Creatures, but there's also these other things that I think all of us want to do too. We have time and we have ideas. It's not like we want to just hold that stuff back. We might as well just try to get as much out there as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Donnie, how do you feel about this?
It's the way it is. Like I said, Dave, there's a big void that's been left there. We've got some songs in the works. One which you'll get down the road called "Missing" that Mark wrote. And again, that one there is showing a direction, a bit of a different direction. We are busy in other things. We're still a real good, for some reason, when we get together, when we put the music together, it's really a great collective because we've got different guys coming out of different areas or different, Mark was in the punk scene for a while. I go back to the old Motown days and the punk and the psychedelic era. Mark is 80s type guy. Al Carter's punk 80s type guy. But then we had Dave, who went from the 60s all the way through to modern day. Mm-hmm. So he was probably, I would say, probably the most versed and versatile in any area of the music. Then we also have this El Bellier, who has been with us from day one, behind the board. An extraordinarily talented musician, vocalist, and Al has stepped into that spot, and but he won't show on camera unless he's under a tablecloth. That's Al.
Halloween's coming up, we'll have to do that.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Besides the tablecloth, basically, what this story reminds me of with Brian Johnson in AC/DC. He was there all along. In the background, everything like that. Believe me, Dave Evans is a very good friend of ours, and when Bon Scott passed away, There you go. Brian stepped up. I think there's the same sort of similarity in this story, and it's going to be great to watch as it unfolds throughout the history of the world in music. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Don't go anywhere just yet. Have we made you guys a cartoon before?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
My life is a cartoon.
well, believe me, we're going to do it now for you anyway. No worries about it.
Sounds good.
But hang in there, folks. Believe me, in about half an hour's time, we're going to be catching up with my wicked twin, also coming out of Ontario. Formerly, you might know them way back in the day as Helix or Helix.
Oh, yeah, see Helix, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're going to be
yeah.
talking to those guys. Believe me, you're going to love Brian. You really are. But in the meantime, let me tell you how very, very happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, here at Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.